Hey there, I'm Kathy Burns with Real Estate Riches. I am so excited to talk to you about a subject because there are a lot of people that are really struggling. He really snorts, little cavalier, cutest thing ever, and I can't keep him out of the room. So you just got to bear with that, okay? So anyway, I'm going to talk to you today about your end game. I met a realtor years ago when I first started in the business around 2006. She's Latino, from Colombia, awesome woman. Man, I like her. So anyway, she comes in. We were both at Coldwell Banker at the time. I was there first. She comes in, and man, she's going to set the world on fire. And she did. She said she bought 11 homes when she first came into town. She was on a mission. She saw her future all laid out of how real estate was going to be for her and how the level of her lifestyle was going to be. Well, don't you know, life gives you sucker punches, right? So stay tuned because man, I'm about to tell a story that is an interesting story, and hopefully at the end it has a happy ending, but it's not over yet. I believe in her though. Anyway, so if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe below, stay tuned, and hear the story. So anyway, she was there at Coldwell Banker for a while. I don't know how long she stayed actually, because I left after about 2 years. I went over to Remax. And we would see each other and run into each other, and she was just killing it out there. She ended up going through a divorce. She gave up a bunch of her rental property to her soon-to-be ex-husband. So during the divorce, things happened, which was really setting her back on her vision of where her future was going to be, right? And she's raising these kids as a single mom. She's got them involved in all kinds of sports, trying to be the mom and the dad at the same time. If you've ever been a single mom or dad, you get this story where you're raising your kids and you're trying to do it all. It's a lot, right? And worried about the money coming in. And it's a stressful way to live. But here's what happened. She falls in love. She gets married again. And she falls in love with the love of her life. And he's a great dad to her kids. Great role model. Thinks like she does about having that future of really building a great life and a large lifestyle. That's what they both wanted. He's successful. She's successful. And life is purring along and doing good. And she gets, I think, a few more rental properties, which was always a focus for her to have residual income. She wanted to know that there was an end game and she was building a way toward it. Well, don't you know, life comes into play again and gives her another sucker punch. His health. He gets a tumor, a brain tumor, a very difficult location for it. And now they had health insurance. This is all they're thinking solvable. They're positive thinkers. He ends up having the surgery, and man, he's almost like a baby when he comes out of the surgery. She had to be there, help bring him back to where he was, loved him. That was not an issue. However, it changed their end game because it was starting to deplete more and more of their savings because the surgery wasn't necessarily working. So she wanted her husband back full functioning, and he was struggling. He couldn't do it as well, and it didn't look like, well, they didn't get it all because of where it was located somewhere in his brain, and so it could grow again. What was happening was she was on a mission, man. She's going to cure her husband. She's going to figure this out. And so she was finding all these alternative things. And if you know anything about alternative healthcare, it's not covered by insurance. So big chunks of money are going into this, liquidating a home here or there, and really pouring in. Why? Because she loves her husband. She wants to live the rest of her life with her husband. And she still has that big life dream, right? So now she's in her 50s and it's back. And she's like, oh, I don't know what to do because there's so much needed over her time for her to be able to take care of her husband. And their income has gone down dramatically because he's not working either, right? Her work has gone down, their investments are being liquidated, and she's with another company. I'm not going to say the name. And I said, well, would you consider coming to EXP? I ask every realtor that. I said, it might be better over here. I said, tell me about how you're doing your business. And she goes, well, I'm really all by myself. She's with a franchise company. It's a bigger one. And she said, but I feel like I'm doing this business all by myself. I can't get in touch with my broker, or when I do, they got an attitude. They don't always give me the right information. I got to figure everything out on my own. All my marketing is mine. And that's how it is at some places, not all places. Some are better than others, of course. And I said, will you come to an EXP rally with me? I'd like you to see what the energy's like around a bunch of EXPers and come see the energy. So come see the collaboration. Come see where the brokers are. Come see the leadership that was coming because we had the CEO of the company there. We had the top luxury agent there. The top people were just pouring into us. And that's what happens at EXP on a daily basis. Now, they're not always local because we are a cloud-based company. That's a fact. And so you have to go into the cloud and get them. But the way it's set up, man, you feel comfy, cozy with all your peers in there. And I do go to all the events. Well, anyway, she's all getting excited. She's loving the energy. She's saying, man, I'm thinking about this. She goes, okay, tell me a little more. So I take her on a Zoom where I show her a little 9-minute video that just kind of goes over the deal about EXP, right? And she goes, well, that's interesting. But then I showed her how I was earning residual income, which is my end game. The stock and the residual income is my personal end game. I'll be 74 in a couple of months. I started at 56, nearly. I was 1 month short of 56. So, and I was broke when I started. It takes a while to build up an end game, and I wasn't doing it with the various companies I was with till I moved over to EXP, which gave me hope. I had hope when I started. Now I have belief that there's end games here because there's so many different levels of income that you can create. And up to you. Up to you. It isn't just handed to you, although the stock is handed to you periodically, which I do love that. And that's the beauty of it. So she said, okay, I'm really starting to like this. And I said, what are the penalties if you leave the company that you're at? Because your ICA stipulates what you can and can't do when you want to leave. And some are tough and some are not. Coldwell Banker, I didn't have anything when I left them, so I don't even know what their ICA said. Remax was tough. And I even said to them, why do you want to burn a bridge with me? I was one of their top producers when I did leave. I'd evaluated how much money I was making there and how much money I could make at a different company, not EXP. And I could make, my partner and I each would have been able to make $25,000 more based on this other scenario. And we were doing all our marketing anyway because we weren't getting it from Remax. But in order for us to leave, they wanted to work our under contract deals themselves and not let us work with our clients. And even though we could get our clients to cancel all those contracts and sign up with us again, they were not going to release us without a 25% penalty on that. So what we ended up doing is waiting till those contracts were closed. We didn't write any new business. We talked to our clients that were looking to write new business with us. Said, just give us 15, 20 days here till we can get over to this new company. And all were working with us, so that was great. But I said to the franchise owner of Remax, and he owned about 8 of them at that time, I said, you've really been lousy on letting us go. What? This was a new small franchise we were going to. I said, what if we hated it? And we said, man, we should come back. You just burned a huge bridge with me. Is that smart business? No, don't do that, you crazy people. Now, is the industry changing and is the industry going more to cloud-based? Yes. Are all these franchise models in trouble? Yes, because they're brick and mortar for the majority of them. And in trouble, it means they're either going to have to change their model, they've got to make it more profitable. And so they're not. And that's worth thinking about when you're attaching your license to something. Now, there's a lot of companies that are trying to duplicate EXP, and they're worth looking at. Pay attention to the strength of them, their financial strength, and look at their plans and see, are they actually feasible? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. That's going to be on you. But you can come check out EXP with me if you want. I can show you how feasible we are. I can show you our strength. I can show you where we're at, where we're going. It's exciting. But anyway, so she told me, I think my ICA says they won't give me anything that's under contract at all. All that work, she's got 4 deals under contract, gone. She'd have to walk from them. And she said the listing they would take as well. And I'm like, man, again, I get them holding on, but not a good reputation. And if I were going to name this company, a lot of agents would be saying, why would I ever go over there? Because now I'm stuck. because she's feeling she's got to wait out those contracts. Remember, I said she's going through some financial challenges right now. What? So you want for her to not get new business is daunting because she wants new business. She's definitely going to want to wait to close out those four. She's got a listing right now and she's concerned about that. These are higher priced listings as well. She's going to go and take a look at her ICA and see for sure what it is. And then we're going to figure out her strategy, her financial strategy for her exit. And now franchise owners, whole different story. They're under contract usually 5 years at a time. And they can't just walk from their franchise. And it's against franchise law for me to try and help them figure it out. So I don't, just so you know, franchise law people. No, but I do know one guy, he said in order for him to leave his franchise, because he talked to the franchise people, and this was Remax, he had to pay them $290,000 to be able to walk away. Now, how interesting is that? He was the owner of that franchise, making good money. And now he's going to write a check for $290,000 so that he can walk away from that franchise. You know why he did it? Because he saw that he would make more money with EXP. Was he going to make it that much money that year? I don't know. That's a pretty big check. But he was also a big producer. And I think many of his agents came with him, which was their option. They didn't have a clause in there that says they had a non-compete. Most agents, real estate agents don't. Owners may have, or franchise owners may have. But somehow he was able to do that, but it was worth the money for him to take a look. And I guess the bottom line I'm saying here is, I know that a lot of agents, and probably me included, we never look at those IGAs. We just sign them. We've been sold on the company on all the other aspects of it. We like it, but we're not looking at the consequences if we want to leave. I know I'm guilty of that. I'm probably every single company. And so yesterday I went and looked up what's EXP rule on that. Now they obviously own them, but they release you. You can go and you can take your stuff. And I think that's just smart, because I gotta tell you, the people that come back to EXP after they leave, there's a huge chunk of them. There's a huge chunk. And so not burning bridges is just smart business. So the moral of the story is watch your ICAs. The other one is what she saw with EXP was that hope. Remember I said she wanted a bigger life? I talked to her about how we have health insurance. It's great. Are we paying for it? Yeah, we paid for it. Now, is he insurable? Probably not, because he's got a pre-existing condition. But is she? Yes. Could that save their family costs? Maybe. I don't know. But is it worth looking at? Yeah. And I'm past the age where I can buy my own insurance. I have a, what do you call it? A Medigap, but it's paid for through my not unemployment, Social Security. Anyway, but she's not. She's got years ahead where it's out of pocket paying for the insurance. Now they got out of pocket for any natural cures that they're working on for her husband. So what she's looking for is that residual. And I showed her my residual stream by building a global business, which I am very focused on. I'm looking for my tribe anywhere in the United States, Canada, and 22 other countries that want to have an end game, multiple streams of income. If they're in the US, insurance. If they want a collaboration on steroids from people who want to level them up, because when we're leveled up, everybody's leveled up. It's a whole different mindset. All the latest tech tools are here. Man, it's so agent-centric, it's incredible. So what she saw was hope. That's what I saw with EXP. It was hope. I was 66, almost 67 when I came over to EXP. When I first came over, I had fallen, 2 black eyes, whacked my head, broke my shoulder bone, and I was thinking, I had just come over to EXP and I was thinking, man, there's hope here. Because by that time already, I had stock, I had residual income because I was so excited about the company. They call us peeing on people. We have to be careful about that because we're so excited because it's so much better. Anyway, I brought people over and I was awarded stock. I was earning stock. I was buying stock with my commission. I was getting residual income from the people coming over. I saw a difference immediately and I did have hope that I would be able to stop someday or shift gears like I'm starting to now, where I'm helping agents see what you can be done here, how you can design the lifestyle. And that's what she's seeing. So we're going to figure out how it's best for her to come over, be respectful for the company that she's leaving, be respectful to her clients, and start on the path of where she can have her financial freedom and help her husband the best that she can. So if you like things like this, if you want to know more about how this could be your story and you want to have a conversation, please book a strategy call with me. Let's talk. If you don't want to come here, don't. But I can get you on a path that maybe you start thinking different. Listen to some of my other YouTubes that are on here, because I talk about lots of different ways. This particular channel is about helping those realtors think how to get business, how to work the business, like that. My other channel, which is Tech Savvy Realty Solutions, that's about tech for the same age group, because a lot of people in this age group, they're not savvy when it comes to tech. And so I start out on the ground floor to kind of level you up. But man, don't ignore tech. It's a big deal in your world. Our world's about to be tipped upside down with AI, and you better be on part of it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, people. All right, that's the end of this one. So book a strategy call, subscribe, let's talk, ask me questions, hang out with me. I'm fun. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks.